I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll solve a rational equation and check for extraneous solution. We'll also try to understand the basic reason of getting extraneous solutions. Extraneous solutions are those solutions which are not the real solutions of the given problem, but these are the solutions of the result of our procedure, and we will see how. Here we have a rational equation 2 over x plus 7 equals to x over x square minus 49. Let us cross multiply and solve. So first step we are doing here is cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we get on the left side 2 times x square minus 49, and on the right side we get x times x plus 7. Now we can expand them applying distributive property. So we get 2x square minus 49 times 2, so 898 equals to x square plus 7x. So we can bring all the terms together and then we get a quadratic equation. So we get 2x square minus x square minus 7x minus 98 equals to 0, which gives us x square minus 7x minus 98 equals to 0. Now we are looking for two numbers whose product is 98 and sum is minus 7. So these two numbers could be, so we can try some numbers, right, and figure it out. So we have 98 and we can divide by 7, we get 14. So 14 and 7 is a good combination. So if you see, we need product of 98. So let me do it on the side. So 98, 7 times 14 is 98. So when you multiply them, you get 98. We actually need minus 98 and the sum should be minus 7. So the bigger number should be negative. So these two numbers when multiplied will give us minus 98. When added will give us minus 7. So we can factor this as x minus 14 times x plus 7 equals to 0. You could also solve this quadratic equation using quadratic formula, right? Now we have two products of factors which should result in 0. So we have two solutions here. One solution is x equals to 14. The other one is x equals to minus 7. Now in rational equations, whenever we solve, it is a practice to check the solutions. So now let us check whether these are valid solutions or not. Now if you put 14, there is no problem. But when you put minus 7 in your solution, what do you get? 2 over minus 7 plus 7 is 0. And here also you get minus 7 divided by minus 7 square is 49. So you get 49 minus 49, which is 0, right? So what we see from here that x equals to minus 7 is an extraneous solution. So the only solution for us is x equals to 14. Now let's try to understand the reason of this solution. Now let me add a few more things before we get into the reason. First and foremost, whenever you're dealing with rational equations, it's a good idea to write restrictions. Now denominator cannot be 0. That gives us two restrictions here. One is this factor will be 0 for x is equals to minus 7. So that is one restriction. X cannot be minus 7. The other one is x cannot be even plus 7, right? So we cannot have plus 7 also because plus 7 square is 49 and 49 minus 49 is 0. So if you would have started with restriction of x equals to plus and minus 7 is not permitted, then we know clearly that this is extraneous solution. We don't have to go back and check. Correct? So that is one thing about it. Now, let us investigate and figure out the reason for getting this solution. Reason is like this. We started with the equation 2 over x plus 7 equals to x over x squared minus 49. Now x squared 49 minus 49 could be written in factored form as x plus 7 times x minus 7. And here we have 2 over x plus 7. Now when we cross multiply, we actually cross multiplied by a common factor, which was x plus 7, right? So really speaking, we wrote like this: 2 times x plus 7 times x minus 7 equals to x times x plus 7. So on both sides, we multiplied by a common factor. Correct? This results into extraneous solution. Now, I could have solved it like this. When I bring it on the left side, I can take x plus 7 common, right? So let me write down. So I could do x plus 7 as common. Then I'll get 2 times x minus 7. And when I bring this term to the left, it will be minus x equals to 0. Now this x plus 7 gives us one of the answers as x equals to minus 7, which is extraneous. So whenever we are multiplying, cross multiplying, then there are times when we are multiplying both sides by a common factor which comes from the denominator, and that results into extraneous root. So it's very necessary to check the solution when you do so. Correct? So in a way, sometimes when we use lowest common denominator to be multiplied with, we actually cancel the terms, avoiding getting the extraneous root. So that is probably a better way when we are solving equations, but it is not recommended since it makes huge difference in solving inequalities. So the process is correct and is important, but when we solve inequalities, you will find its importance. At present, better way to solve equations is to multiply by the lowest common denominator and cancel the terms so that we do not get this common factor and the extraneous result like we got. I hope that helps to understand. Thank you and all the best.